Welcome back for your monster PulseChain update. We have seen tremendous things happen over the latest crypto weekend. It has really made everyone tested in terms of their belief. It is a believer's cycle. I've got Richard Hart's birthday, X Games sponsorship, Hyperlane's milestone, all of that coming your way and more. Thank you to Mr. MVS Crypto. So, Richie Hart did have his birthday. Also, it's coincidental, the movie The Game, I think the character's birthday is around Richard Hart's birthday as well. Very interesting when we think about the complexities of what's going on with some P tokens, which may trigger some people. Thank you to Tam Tam. I wonder what kind of cake Richard Hart's favorite is. Does anyone know the answer to that? That's a very, very wonderful use of AI. That's very yummy. That's very scrumptious. I'd like a piece of that. Check this out as well, friends. We have some promo tablet updates doing a giveaway. This is actually awesome to see the continual marketing campaign. Richie Hart saying next week there should be 700,000 LCD tablets. 100,000 given away already. $10 million plus of value at retail prices. How can you help get them where they will make a positive impact in the world? The messaging alongside the device is totally vital. So he's also mentioned getting them in the right hands or having some great mechanics alongside would make the outreach more effective. I know it's not popular to say this, but I mean, I don't care. I don't mind them. I think they're actually pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, like, for instance, how hard is it for any advertisement to grab your attention? We're so desensitized. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm totally fine with how it all works. You can draw stuff on it. You can write love letters to your friend, okay? Your neighbor. You can wave at him through the window. And you could write Litecoin sucks. I'm just joking. Friends. We won't go that far. Respect your friends and neighbors. Because, you know, I really want Litecoin to pump of everything. Richard, and the pictures are just some random pictures of similar, smaller devices for sale at Staples. So these are the pictures that Richard Hart uploaded. I like the PulseChain LCD GIFs. Good potential, Richard Hart. The game. The community is still here, still strong. We have Ivan on Tech. Hextrue gets a post reviewed by Ivan on Tech on his show. Very awesome to see, actually. So I'll just show you some friendship here. We have Ivan covering some PulseChain.
They need to pray. They need to hope and pray for a 6-year cycle, 7-year cycle. They need, I mean, they're the ones that really need it. So sometimes when I read people saying, Ivan, why you spread FUD? We're going to have a 7-year, then I check their portfolio, profile, and they have.
So Ivan on Tech. Ivan has been doing a lot of PulseChain coverage. There's been obviously a lot of tang. It's been very tangy. It's been, yes, it's been kind of like, you know, it pinches because everyone is still horrifically down. He's been retweeting and quoting some stuff from some people, I think, who have actually now sold, who used to be part of PulseChain community. I think that's what I've seen, or they've been self-admitted out here. So everyone's really joining in to, I guess, laugh at everyone. You know, I made this post earlier. PulseChains, what's happening? At least Ethereum is supposed to pump, according to Richard Hart. Ah, crap, I remembered. You gave away all your Ethereum to Richard for Pulse. LFG. So they're making jokes about the bubbles. Richard Hart posted the bubbles on the left, where Ethereum is going up and to the right. And then they're making a joke that PulseChain's bubbles are going down and to the right. Okay? But I want to remind you of something as well. So I've actually shown another post here. PulseChain's literally seeing their bags with another dude and are happy for them. Enjoy it even. What's the word for this again? Thanks. And then I replied, Hex has recovered 26.7x after the 2020 zombie virus dump. Maybe PulseChain can witness this too. That's interesting what happened out there, isn't it? Now, we're hoping we do get friendship and justice. We've all been through a lot of pain. I hope it's now up only. I'm with you every step of the way, friends. A lot of people want to know my thoughts and feelings. None of this gets to me. I'm not affected by this at all. And I know if you're going through this, I know it affects you. But look, it doesn't matter. These words don't matter, friends. Like, look, you don't understand. We do understand because you're my friend. I'll tell you now. Friends, I literally watched Chico Crypto in 2020 call Cardanzo a vaporware scam bigger than BitConnect. I watched him call Cardanzo a bigger scam than BitConnect for 12 months. I watched him publicly challenge Charles Hoskinson to a boxing match to prove himself that it wasn't a scam. I watched this with my own eyes. And then I watched Cardanzo pump 140x after zombie virus. You know, I remember on zombie virus when everything crashed. I remember Matt. Do you remember? I remember me and Matt. I think we were grabbing a sandwich, and it was right after zombie virus, and I said something like, "Man, we just got to throw something into another altcoin." I was already buying everything, but like I just felt like my last ounce of savings, and I remember I was gonna put it all into Cardanzo. It would have been a freaking 100x, but all I could think about in my mind was Chico Crypto, so convicted every day, saying it's a bigger scam than BitConnect. And he would show all these amazing, fantastical pieces of evidence that show that the chain doesn't work. There's no smart contracts, which is true. It's all just white paper. Yeah, man. Like there was no advancements. Man, it's just wild. I watched it with my own eyes. Now, I'm not saying anchor to that unicorn or anything of this one event, but man, I'll never forget it. Because I did have Cardanzo. Okay, I had Cardanzo last cycle. The thing is, I was about to go harder. You know, family-friendly style type of hard. I'll just show you, man. I'll tell you like it was yesterday, friends. I remember it like it was yesterday. Let's put on a log chart. It was right here. It was literally right here. And I think when me and Matt were having lunch here, yes, I did 107x from there. Look at this. This was 1, 2, 3, like 4 weeks in. This is April 2020. Not even the absolute bottom. Okay, like 4 weeks in. So you could just literally buy a month later. You still got 100x to the top. And they didn't even have smart contracts, man. I'll never forget that. And yeah, they had, just like PulseChain friends right now, PulseChain, I'll show you the logos again. PulseChain's got about 10,000 daily active users now, okay? That's what exactly Cardanzo had back then too. Cardanzo didn't have smart contracts. It was just people staking and like just sending NFT little JPEG mini things to each other. Not even. Hopefully it repeats again. We'll see. More Liberty. Liberty Swap Finance implements Ethereum mainnet to WETH. This is PLS with fixed rate and other Pulse assets. So well done, Liberty Swap Finance. ETH pairs going live. This was their original post. Really cool. We're excited to announce full support for Ethereum mainnet to WETH. All trading fees will be collected in ETH. This is really cool. Liberty Swap Finance, a big secret project for PulseChain. Big things, big connections, layers, underground, hidden stuff. They did message multiple times pDAI is going to $1. They might play a big part in terms of hosting the pairs that allow P tokens and E tokens to trade. And then we're basically going to be a super active connecting bridge to Ethereum where all the bots do all the arbing. I hope that does involve a pDAI friendship story in that too. I hope it does. Excellent news. Par Excellence shares a post showing BankX is now out of eHEX. Well done for this post, sir. So well done. Here we go. It looks like BankX is finally out of eHEX. Thank F. So remember eHEX, friends, Hex from Ethereum. Richard fudded it to zero, dropped 90% on a tweet, went down. I got many death threats. I got aggressive death threats. I love yous though. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's a bit. Oh man, I remember waking up. Man, like, you know, it's one thing to say, oh, death threats. It's one thing to actually, like, you know, talk about it. It's another thing to open up a message that's just like appeared to the top of your Telegram inbox and someone literally saying they're going to slash your throat with a knife. You know what I mean? Like, it's just to read that. Yeah. And then, like, actually have people, like, literally, I'll put a bullet through your head if you keep saying something, and another one. You know, just to read that. And I was like, no, I got raged. I was like, come at me. Come at me, because I'm literally defending the bags, you retardio. I am defending the bags. Don't come at me. I didn't tweet it down 90%. So I had this rage about me. I was like, argh! But, you know, you can't do much when everything's like sinking to zero, right? And the eHEX-pHEX ratio went up 330%. Thank you very much. That was very lovely, wasn't it? It's not done yet. I hope it gets to parity. but kind of not really. Not yet. I hope it gets a parity, friends. I really do hope eHEX-pHEX goes to parity. But what I would love actually more is pHEX to rally and for this thing to basically die on its ass here so we can all get turbo long. I would really like that. Yeah, I would really like that because if you like something, you want its price to go cheap so you can buy more of it. That's ratio stuff, you know? So there's one way that that eHEX-pHEX ratio can go down if like pHEX went up 20x and then eHEX only went up 10x or 5x or something. That's one participation rate of that. Here we have PulseChain KOLs sharing a brand new X game partnership. So I think they're trying to bring games and stuff, and sponsorships and everything. I hope it works out. I hope it works out for everyone. Check it out here. We have Sac Wallet Rumors from my friend Sommi, aka me, has highlighting the PulseChain sacrifice treasury moving. 4,900 Ethereum was moved through Tornado Cash. Yes, I know some people are like, stop reporting, please. Oh, please, I can't take it. Stop reporting. I know where you're coming from, man. I know where you're coming from. You're like, you just don't want to disturb the peace. I get it. But let me speak for 30,000 people still trapped, okay? It's been over 4 years. When they sacrificed Ethereum, Bitcoin was 30,000, all right? Bitcoin went up 4x. So Bitcoin went up 4x from the sacrifice. And then PulseChain itself dropped 70%. So you literally need Pulse to do a 12x rally, and now you are break even from 4.5 years ago, pretty much. Right? Not exaggerating. You literally need a 12.5x to break even from four years ago. No, and yeah, 4.5 years ago, pretty much, from July 2021. So you can excuse people who are mildly curious about what the hell's going on. That's all, you know? I think everything's fine. I'm not an insider, friends. I'm an outsider like you, but I see it from everyone's perspective. And yeah, you know what? There's no point kicking and screaming either. That's why I've just told you, here's the reality of it. I'm open. I completely understand. And that's it. We just got to wait. We've got to wait for the business cycle to play out, you know? What we also got to do is we've got to play some Pumpy G music because you deserve it. Oh, yeah. Altcoin Daily, the Twink Brothers friends have mentioned us. They've posted out Richard Hart beating the SEC. So Richard Hart beat the SEC. Why is HEX like it is? So it's down more than 99%. So for the Twink Brothers, great question. I don't know why. I really, really, really hope it's just Richard Alt accounts dumping it. I really do. I really hope it's that. Because he dampens the price. I don't know, man. I don't know. And you know what? If this pisses off people, you can go stuff yourself, dude. Because, you know, I don't remember signing up for 4.5 years of minus 99%. And I know you didn't either. So whatever, my brain's just going to have to speculate on stuff. Here's the thing. He'd have to do it, I guess. I don't mind. When I say, oh, maybe it's some alt accounts that are dumping, yes, that's what you want what you want him to do. You would rather suppressing the price now, so pHEX is like below 1 cent. You would rather it there rather than it be 10 cents. Because you get everyone out at 1 cent. You've drained them all out. So when we go up later, we shoot up super, super fast. Okay. CryptyGirl has done a meme spaces host. Well done. Host of family-friendly and fun X spaces. Mastering the art of memes. It's really cool. That's awesome. Friends, I do not accept cursing and crude language in my space. Please keep it fun and family-friendly. Thank you. Remember, art of memes. Memes are how we communicate. I mean, a world of information out here. It's really cool if we can learn memes, how we talk to each other. It's what the young kids do to get hip and cool. Here we have DIY vesting. Donovan, it truly feels like I'm one of the only PulseChain influencers that's actually bullish down here. So many of you bitched to the moon over the past 3 months while we continue to build and stack cores. Well done, sir. And then we have the PulseChain price out here, another chart here. And more capitulations and everything. Yeah, so look, I get it, man. I get it, friends. I get it. It's hard to see prices down for so long. I know you want to vent, but when you literally have me showing you the PMI, showing you consumer sentiment, showing you information that the government bond duration is no longer 4 years. From 2021, they did 5 and 6 year bond durations. Showing you all of this together, showing that altcoins correlate to the business cycle, showing you that not even buybacks work yet. When you literally, it's literally the golden goose. It is the golden goose, okay? Okay, who makes the most money? Long-term holders. All right, so if you're a long-term holder, what's the most useful thing for you? A long-term indicator. That's exactly what my whole channel gives you. It's the highest value content in crypto. Long-term indicators. Highest value content. Applicable to the most amount of people. You can put on the most amount of size because you can accumulate for a long time. You don't get forced liquidation points. It's the best, okay? It's not free because you pay with your time, okay? You get kicked in the nuts and the ovaries, and there's a lot of unknown question marks, okay? But it is. It's the greatest. pDAI conference. Thank you to Mr. Coexistence Stephen. Held the pDAI conference with guests. We had Bud, St. Wolf. We had me. Here I am. Well done. Well done, everyone. Here I am. It was great, friends. It was a great discussion. Over 20 hours of speaking. You don't have to agree with anyone. You don't have to agree with anything, okay? You could hate pDAI, everything. I appreciate every single person out here. Mr. Crypto Artie as well. We love you too, sir. Thank you very much. You brought the mug out. That was awesome. I really liked how if we were even leaning towards a discussion of price, everyone was very reminding of like, no, we're here for something bigger than that, okay? Now, I get it, friends. Of course, like if everything goes to zero, the price is important. However, it did give me early Bitcoin vibes because with and I'm sure Ethereum was like this as well, okay? But because with early Bitcoin vibes, you can read Satoshi's letters and stuff. They didn't want to talk about price. It's like a taboo thing, and they didn't want to call it an investment contract. That's Satoshi. He didn't want to say Bitcoin was an investment contract on the website. He didn't want to use that word. He said he just wanted people to look at it and they decide what they want to do. That's why I think the power of the P tokens, especially pDAI, if the prophecy fulfills, okay, people will have to decide, this thing's at $1, it's ping-ponging, but there's no admin key. It's OIP. Do I want to opt into this and hedge myself away from USDT Tether, away from USDC Circle? So T for trash and C for cuck. Away from USDS, S for soy. Blacklist functions, admin keys. These are CBDCs. Yeah? If you're Justin Sun, friends, Justin Sun, you've seen how he eats a banana. Look at him, okay? Look at him, friends. You can tell he's been eating bananas all day for a long time, okay? Serious, His Excellency. Look at him. His jaw hurts from how much he's been eating the banana. Friends, what if one day he just wakes up? Because Justin gets targeted all the time, right? And does a couple of dodgy stuff, you know, but he gets targeted. What if one day they just sprinkle some mini adult material, if you know what I mean, on his computer, and they say, oh, he was involved with mini adults, you know? Check if he was in Epstein's book. He can't do anything. He wakes up to that message and all his tethers being disabled. Friends, you even know how dangerous it is. Tether can literally disable Tron. Yeah, they can literally they can just blacklist function everybody on Tron. All the liquidity pools are blocked. The exchange is blocked. Everything's disabled. Goodbye, your money. Gone. You have no power. See how dangerous that is? So Richard Hart building PulseChain, he doesn't want these paper IOU admin function stuff. Friends, you know if they really want to, USDC, Circle, C for cucks, and Tether, they can literally break Ethereum right now. One button. They could literally just blacklist function the liquidity pools. You're finished. They could blacklist function Binance. They just blacklist function a whole heap of money and that's it. Everything is under collateralized. Everybody's got to start liquidating. They could literally start doing it. That's why even Vitalik, okay, Vitalik said whoever wields the power to the stablecoin, they have the power to do a fork. They will actually control it. You might have to fork them off. It's interesting, isn't it? It is. So thank you to everybody for the pDAI conference. Remember, friends, I just want to remind you, I don't do conferences. I don't do any of this stuff, okay? But I did it special for Stevie because when pDAI went to zero, I made a promise to myself. He didn't know this. I go, you know what? I owe him one. Because he was the only person who was making videos while all going to zero and he was covering my tweets and he was showing the other side of everything. Got more cracker content coming your way. Resilience in Paradise, Crypto Hitman, and Crypto Paradise reiterating PulseChain staying green during the widespread Black Friday crypto event, liquidation event. Well done to everyone out here, sirs. So during the liquidations, PulseChain, I think we only dropped about 8%. As you got to see, the exchange cabal, all the Chinese exchanges, they just liquidated everybody. It is what it is. Okay, with this we know they do this. We don't like it. It's obviously manipulation. There's obviously insiders. We know they do this. Richard's been warning everybody: get your money off exchanges because it's not your tokens, and they use your money to get you out on leverage positions. Okay, so PulseChain's only dropped 8% during the spike. Ethereum gas fees peaked at $700. So as it was all exploding, the bots, I guess no one wanted to pay $700 to bridge in and then like basically slap us down. So the ARB didn't happen. So PulseChain just stayed 8% down, and then a V reversed out. So that was just some interesting information there. Hopefully it's a sign of good things to come, like I showed you with the Ivan post I was replying to. Matcha's partnership. 9mm have announced a partnership with Matcha, integrating 9mm on base. That is really cool information. Matcha, friends. Wow, here we go. Matcha, I gave them hell a year and a half ago, and they deserved it because they sided with the SEC against Richard Hart, and they removed HEX from their website. So they sided with Uniswap. And now history looks terribly upon Uniswap and Matcha for doing that. Terrible. You sided with the SEC. I mean, like, it was so bad the US president had to literally fire them. That's how bad, that's how absolutely shocking they are. You know, friends, remember I told you about the character sheets, Dungeons and Dragons? This is a perfect example. Me, friends, I'm more chaotic good. Okay? You can actually see Dungeons and Dragons here. I'm more chaotic good. Okay? Chaotic good. So you can go chaotic neutral or lawful. Okay? A chaotic good person. Okay? Remember, all different walks of life. No one's better than the other. It's just, you know, it's just like colors of ice cream, right? With different flavors of ice cream. A chaotic good person is, if I want to make a decision, I don't look at the law of the land to make my decision. If I think something's right, I'll do it. I don't look at, oh, is that actually legal or something out here? I don't think that way. You know, like for example, friends, let's say you're with a friend and someone comes and literally steals money out of their wallet and drinks from their orange juice, and they just start walking off. Yeah, like a neutral person, right? A neutral person might go up to them and be like, "Excuse me, stranger, we have to talk." That's what they'd say. Okay. A lawful person would be like, oh, let's analyze what happened. Let me call the police to do that. You know, that's them. Okay. Obviously, what I would do, I put Spoonie right up to their throat. I go, if you don't give me back that orange juice and give my friend back his ice cream, I'm going to slit your throat right now. Okay. See, I didn't care about the law, whatever. You know, I do what's good or I do what I think is good. That's what chaotic people like. You know, not everyone in my family or everyone's built differently. You know what I mean? Like, so it's interesting to understand these about humans. So once you start to see this, you can see, like, you think about what's Arthur Hayes. What are the exchange owners like? Right? What's Richard Hart like? It's interesting just to think about. And yes, think about the context of the exchanges, friends. The exchanges, right? They obviously are not. They're definitely not on the good side, for sure. You know what I mean? They could be even evil. They could be in the evil part, you know? So it's really useful for analyzing people. But yes, also Uniswap and these ones, they can't make the decisions for themselves. They just go like totally not lawful. And unfortunately, if you look at the sheet as well, the people who get used by the government, who are like your Adam Cochrans, they are more towards the like too much lawful neutral, lawful evil. It's always the people in his lawful neutral. These are the people, they get screwed, and they become the pest for everyone, because they just be like, oh, this piece of paper says I'm actually allowed to do this. They can't make it mind up for themselves. Okay, so obviously Uniswap, the Uniswap Foundation, they're like, oh, Gary Gensler, he's a semen demon. But no, he's by the law and everything's good. And we in crypto, we knew he was evil. We knew he's evil. We know there's a US Fed. We know they're trying to put CBDCs in. We know they're doing Operation Choke Point. We could see it. We don't need them to come out and like rely on us finding some piece of information or some legal document, because we know we're never going to find it, right? Moving on as well. 1inch have an integration. Pulse coin list. PulseSwap has added 1inch across all major networks. This is actually really cool. 1inch is a big major aggregator, so it's really cool to see that. We have Hyperlane milestone, Hex Scout celebrating Hyperlane with over $100,000 bridged. And then we have Token 2049. That's really cool, from Liquid Loans going out and appearing out here to Token 2049 event. Very interesting. I wonder what happened since after that point. Pretty much everyone gets liquidated. Oh man, what an event. It's like every time there's an event like these things, these big crypto ones, there's something bad's about to happen, huh? Special shout out to Hoggy Boo, PulseChain's viral anime, Pulse of the Fallen. We do love and appreciate you. They've got Ansoy. Man. Oh man, you guys are good. That's good. That's good. If you really want to troll him, make his give him black eyeliner. That's good. That's really, really, really good.
So I can't back down now.
Well done, sirs. Well done.
Because it's all.
So where to from here? Obviously, it's been year of the snake. Next is year of the horsey. I know it's been tough, but here's the thing, friends. We've got a strong community. I think by now you've seen nobody gives a shit about this tech, dude. Like the tech that people think is tech is not really just tech. It's just like it's improved. They're just, you know, making transactions a bit faster and doing this other junk, dude. We've already got amazing actual competitive edge technology. Railgun coming. This ZK privacy. You can basically load your cards, crypto cards, that is. Hopefully we get it more established where you could literally just like, imagine everyone on PulseChains just using the PulseChain cards. Imagine what an absolute beast mode. Whoever makes that card, if you're listening, please give us a roundup feature. Please. Please, please, please give us the roundup feature. A roundup feature is, friends, let's say you want to buy orange juice from the store, $4. Okay? Maybe by the time PulseChain pumps, because of inflation, it'll be like $400. But let's just say it's $4 for now. You can set it to like round up by $1 and you can DCA buy something automatically. So instead of $4, your card will pay $5. Okay, so obviously $4 will go to the person, but you'll just automatically, you'll just buy $1 of whatever you select. By default, I think you can round up. There's some cards that let you do Bitcoin or Ethereum, but man, it's such a useful feature because you're just buying stuff all year. You don't know, and then by the end of the year, you've collected money without knowing. You just like $1 here, $2 here. You pay your fees. Man, it's really, really useful. Really useful. You can do aggressive. It's for DCA collecting. Maybe you do it super aggressive, like round up by $5. Man, it's such a cool feature just to think about. Or you basically like kind of like gamifying and tricking yourself just to DCA over time. But yes, for the rest of us, friends, remember, been a tough year. It's a believer cycle. Many people believed it was over. Many people still believe it's over. That's okay. I'm still holding. I want to remind you, Richard Hart smashed up Hex after Ethereum topped in 2021. Okay? After he thought Ethereum had topped. All right? So he thought Ethereum topped in April 2021, and then we started moving up May, June, July. Okay? So maybe that's similar to what happens next. Okay? And I've already made full videos just to explain for you. If you want to get the biggest price pump, you got to wait to the end. You have maximum FOMO. You have maximum attention, and the ceiling caps on all the other coins have raised what people think is expensive so that you have a lot of room to grow. So, example, if you tried to pump early in your coin in January 2021, you didn't move far. Okay. However, by May of 2021, Doge was now 90 billion market cap. So people were happy to buy things at 10 billion, 20 billion. They weren't expensive to them yet, because Doge hit 90 billion, okay? So maybe in this cycle, we'll see, man, I hope like XRP hits like 500 billion. And then everyone's like, whoa, XRP hit 500 billion. And yeah, so when they see a $50 billion coin, they don't think that's that expensive. By the way, that's a 100x higher price growth for PulseChain PLS from here. But you can't pump it first. If you pump it first, you get used as exit liquidity like pump fund, and then people use your profits to go rotate somewhere else. They leave. So that's why if you want the biggest growth, you have to do it closer to the end. But you can't wait forever, because once the bear market starts, everyone's just leaving. Okay, so we trust the process. Don't forget it loves you. Like and subscribe. Catch you in the next one.